Maybe just choose out
All rise. The Honorable Judge Grossman presiding.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Beautiful day. Great day for a ceremony like this, isn't it? Yes. But let us begin with the advance of the colors.
Detail, advance the colors. Host the colors. And salute. Ready, two. Recover.
Thank you. We are now in session. Please be seated.
Before we begin, I'd like to just tell everybody here that we are also joined by several members of our county government, our Board of Elections, and our state as well. I see Kathy Croft and Kelly Primavera from the Putnam County Board of Elections, and I guarantee you they will not let you out of here unless you are registered to vote before the end of the day. Okay? Also, we have legislator Amy Sage, and seated next to her is Assemblywoman Dana Livenberg. Also present today is Assemblyman Matt Slater. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. I'd like Ms. Sage to lead us in opening prayer.
Thank you. We bow our heads. Heavenly God, we come before you with a heart full of thanksgiving and praise, for it was you, Lord, who watched over our brothers and sisters as they journeyed from one land to another in search of a safe and bountiful life. It was your grace and mercy that guided their path and has always allowed them to earn their rightful place as citizens of the United States. We come before you to ask for continued guidance and protection as they embrace all that is before them. As they have proven their knowledge and love for the United States of America, we ask you grant them the wisdom to hold dear the ideals that drew them to the country. For them to remember that even in times of despair, not only are you there, but these principles are still worth working for. We ask that you strengthen their courage to cherish and share the cultures of their birth as they embrace the culture of their future. May the two meld together in a way that is pleasing to you, creating a new, vibrant community. God, we ask that you incite love and compassion into the hearts of all U.S. residents, be they citizens, new immigrants, or visitors. Help us to see the power, beauty, and humanity in every person we encounter. Help us to understand and accept the responsibility of your commandment to love thy neighbor, and to put our trust not in our privileges, but in one another. For without each other, there is no prosperity. We ask these things in your holy name. Amen.
Assemblywoman Livenberg. Thank you, and welcome.
Thank you so much, Judge. Good morning, and welcome to everybody. This is such an exciting day. The Putnam County Clerk's Office does a wonderful job with these ceremonies frequently. It seems like every month, I'm not sure. But I'm so glad to be able to be with you here today on your special day. As the daughter of someone who immigrated to this country many years ago, I know the joy and the importance of days like these. This is the culmination for each of you of years of a long path, often of study and of dedication to this country. It is such an honor to be here to speak with you and to recognize your accomplishment of gaining citizenship. America, as you know, is a nation of immigrants, and it is important that we continue to be welcoming to all who wish to build a better life here, bettering our communities in the process. And during our prayers, we heard all of our different cultures melding together. That was so beautiful, Amy. If you are a resident of Phillipstown, Cold Spring, Garrison, or Nelsonville, I'm proud to be your representative in the Assembly. If you are in other parts of Putnam County, I introduce you to your Assemblyman, Mr. Slater. Whether you're in my district or not, I am very proud of everyone here and your achievements. And I hope you will make the most of your citizenship by staying informed and engaged and active in civic life here in Putnam County. Be sure to register to vote, and vote in every election, every year. That is the beauty of our democracy. Your vote is your voice, and so make sure that you let it be heard. Congratulations, and I wish you all the best as you continue your life here in Putnam County and in the United States of America. Thank you.
I'm going to call on our county clerk, Michael Bartolotti, now to administer the oath to all of you, and I would ask that each of you please stand.
Thank you, Judge. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
All candidates would please rise. Before I administer the oath, I'd just like to say a couple of words. I'd like to thank you all for being here today. Thank you all for being a part of this. We do, yes, Assemblywoman Levenberg, we're doing about, I would say probably about 8 ceremonies per year, so it's great. It's the best day of my job, for sure. This is the best part of my job, to be able to administer the oath of allegiance to all candidates as they become citizens of the United States. And again, I thank you all for your time and your toil between Legislator Sage and Assemblywoman Levenberg. Said so many poignant things about your journey that you all embarked upon, and I thank you all for doing that. I thank you all for becoming citizens of this great nation. And take that fire and desire and hard work that you put in becoming citizens and put that into being citizens when you become citizens in just a few moments. Stay involved in your community. Keep your culture with you. Don't ever lose sight of that. Don't ever lose it. Keep it with you and use it and apply it to being phenomenal citizens of the United States of America. So with that, I'd ask all candidates to look on the back of their program and follow along with me. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I hereby declare on oath that I absolutely and entirely renounce and abhor all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentates, state, or sovereignty, of whom or of which I have heretofore been a subject or citizen, that I will support and defend the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. that I will bear arms on behalf of the United States
that I will bear arms on behalf of the United States
when required by law,
when required by law,
or that I will perform non-combatant service
or that I will perform non-combatant service
in the armed forces of the United States
in the armed forces of the United States
when required by law,
when required by law,
or that I will perform work of national importance
or that I will perform work of national importance
under civilian direction
under civilian direction
when required by law,
when required by law,
and that I take this obligation freely
and that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
I'm now going to ask Carl Rohde, the Director of the Putnam County Veteran Service Agency, to lead us all in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please stand up. This is an extreme honor for me to lead you in your first Pledge of Allegiance to the United States of America. I'm the son of an immigrant. My father came over from Germany in 1927. He taught me to love this country and to be part of it. And I eventually went out into the military, became a vet. Now I'm a veteran, and we have 3 other veterans in the back, so very proud to lead you in the first pledge. Angel Heart salute, face the flag of the United States of America. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Congratulations, everybody.
And you are all now in for a treat. We are going to hear Victoria Relinsky sing Star Spangled Banner.
Thank you. Oh, say, can you see by under the light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets echoed, the bells were singing earth, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You'll be hearing more from Ms. Relinsky a little bit later.
I know there was some reason I was here today, other than introducing everybody else and having them perform their functions. I usually have some prepared remarks which are directed at our new citizens, and I hope you'll indulge me because it's my courtroom, at least for a while, and I get to do what I want. At a citizenship ceremony in 2018, much like the one here today, Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg asked those in attendance, "What is the difference between a bookkeeper in New York City's Garment District and a Supreme Court justice? Her answer was simple and straightforward. One generation. One generation. Justice Ginsburg's own life bore witness to that experience. Her father emigrated from Odessa, speaking no English. Her maternal grandparents came from Krakow. From those origins and our nation's promise, the daughter and granddaughter of immigrants, one generation later, sat on the highest court in the land. She was mindful of that history and the stories of the immigrant experience. Addressing her audience in 2018, Justice Ginsburg expressed her belief that our nation was, and I'm quoting now, made strong by people like you, people who traveled long distances, overcame great obstacles, and made tremendous sacrifices, all to provide a better life for themselves and their families. I think that quote sounds pretty familiar and pretty relevant today. Her words remind us we are a nation of hope. Hope is a great word. It's a powerful word that has inspired millions of immigrants and others, and it is expressed in numerous languages, customs, traditions, and faiths. It is a desire accompanied by an expectation of or a belief in its fulfillment. Hope requires a goal, a way to achieve that goal, and the effort to achieve that goal. Those traits have inspired each of you and have carried each of you here to this day and this momentous occasion. But this day is just the beginning. Whether it is the hope for a better life, the hope to raise your children without fear, the hope to succeed in all you can be and do, today marks a new beginning. As individuals, we have hopes. As a nation, we have hopes. They are expressed in our organic documents that you have studied as part of the citizenship process. They are not tied together by a single thread of race, religion, gender, or ethnicity. No. Our nation's hopes are embedded in the traditions, the political structures, and obligations of what is expected from and what is owed to its citizens. It is easy to invoke the words life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness from the Declaration of Independence. It is quite another to define a more perfect union, as the Constitution guides us in that effort. The Constitution is aided by the Bill of Rights and the intention of the First Amendment to safeguard basic fundamental human rights. But Justice Ginsburg was also the first to acknowledge the hopes of the nation in the 1780s did not include the participation of women, but did include the evil of slavery. As imperfect as our nation was, Justice Ginsburg firmly believed that American salvation lay in the rule of law and the institutions set up to protect it. The ability to repair our faults through law, jurisprudence, and history expanded fairness and equality and made America fairer by expanding the scope of justice. Justice Ginsburg had a goal, a way to achieve it, and the strength and effort to do so. It is the same goal that her father and grandparents had when they emigrated: to be all that you can be without limitation. And I dare say that everyone in this room has that same goal, and we are all the better for it. One generation, that's the difference. On a personal note, as the son and grandson of immigrants, it was a generation ago that my mother came to this country as an orphan and made a life for herself and later her 4 children. I have no doubt that at times she wondered where her children would be a generation later. Each of you might ask, where will my children be 1 generation from now? I'm sure there's the hope of every mother and father to make their children's lives better than their own, as my parents did But what will you do to reach that goal? I ask you, are you willing to instill in them the hope that brought you here? Are you willing to adapt to the traditions, political structures, and obligations of citizenship? Will you play your part in helping to achieve a more perfect union? Will you remember and look favorably in future years upon those who come after you with the same hopes and dreams? Your presence today tells me of the hope that brought you to our shores and the promise you bring to our nation and our nation's future. That legion of promise has carried our nation for 250 years, and with your efforts, it will continue to do so. And with that, I say, welcome, citizens. Welcome to you all. And now, Mr. Diener.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Good morning. Congratulations. I share your joy. My father fled the Holocaust in 1937. And if you didn't come to this country and be a citizen, I wouldn't be addressing you wonderful American citizens today. So God bless you all. Why was this guy wearing a mask when nobody else is wearing a mask? Because 17 years ago, I was gifted the gift of life. I was sick for 8 years. I withered and faded away on the organ transplant list. I needed a liver. I was working on a film in Hazard, Kentucky. And if you've never been to Hazard, Kentucky, you can just shake your head in horror. But I was working on a film and I got sick. Steven Seagal, Lee Von Helm, and Harry Dean Stanton didn't want me to die in Kentucky, so they airlifted me back to New York, where we have all the best doctors. Doctor in Kingston diagnosed me properly because I was misdiagnosed with leukemia in Kentucky, and the treatment would have killed me. Thankfully, New York has great doctors, and I was put on the transplant list, and I waited for 8 years, getting sicker and sicker. Then one wonderful day, one wonderful day in 2005, I got a phone call. We drove to New York City. And I was given a gift of life. And if you've been dying and you see the end in sight, and then you see the light come of life, of a miracle, then you'll know the joy of life. You folks are experiencing the joy of citizenship today, which is a joy like no other. I suffered for a long time, but now I'm so happy and so overjoyed to be with you. Remember, one donor can save 8 lives. There are 1,200 people who are on the list for more than 5 years. There's over 8,300 New Yorkers waiting on that same list for a miracle. Every 10 minutes, another New Yorker is added to the list waiting for a liver or an organ or a heart. There is no cost to the donor family whatsoever. No major religion forbids it. All religions accept organ donation. The rabbis say, if you save one life, it is as if you have saved the entire world. So please, folks, as you enter into your new life in America, consider being a hero, saving a life. You can sign up at the DMV or Board of Elections or online at donatelifeny.org. Or you can do something else. You can decide to be a hero right away. People that are waiting for kidneys and livers can be helped by living people. Each of you can donate a part of your liver. It will regenerate in 6 weeks, and you'll be back to regular life, and you'll have saved a life. You can donate one of your kidneys to someone. There's a person here with a kidney disease who's, God forbid, in the time may need a kidney. And she would be delighted if somebody would step up, a living donor, and give her a kidney. And then you can live with just one kidney. I know many people who have done such a thing. There's a woman here whose mother was just granted the gift of life this past November. And I'm sure she shares my joy at life. So please, folks, as you enter into this wonderful life in New York, and in America, remember how precious life is, how much you appreciate your life, and how much others would appreciate the gift of life. Consider being a donor. Thank you, congratulations, and God bless you all.
Promised you a repeat performance from Ms. Belinsky, who's now going to perform God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains through the prairies to the oceans, wide and far. God bless America, my home, sweet home. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans, wide and far. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
A little while ago, you heard the county clerk say that this was one of his favorite days, and I join in that. It's always been a favorite event of mine to be here at this ceremony. It's so much more fun to see smiling faces than to see a lot of other people who might otherwise appear before me and not so happy in a way. I also don't get to put anybody in jail this morning, so that's a good thing. But it truly is, it always has been one of the most favorite parts of my job, and I'm glad that I was able to share it with you. At this time, First Deputy County Clerk James McConnell will call up all newly naturalized citizens to receive their certificate of naturalization and other proclamations. Once you have received your certificate, you will be able to have your photograph taken with those of us here to commemorate your day. And then upon the completion of all of that, we have a little reception in my chambers. Okay? So, Mr. McConnell, the floor is yours.
Thanks, Judge. Okay.